Hey guys, what's up? It's Rio here, back with another video. In today's video, I just want to give an update about my blood work that I did immediately after my first cycle of steroids. So if you haven't watched my previous video about what steroids I took, I'll link that video in the description. But to recap it really quickly, I took a base of testosterone, and then later on in the cycle, I started using Rad 140, and then the last 4 weeks, I added in another SARM called LGD 3303. Also at the beginning of the cycle, I was just finishing my first ever use of MK677, which is a growth hormone secretagogue, and I had been using that one for a few months and I just let it run out and then just solely focused on the testosterone and the 2 other SARMs. So during this cycle that I did, I definitely noticed a big increase in body weight and there was some significant muscle gain, so much so that I actually cut out my bodybuilding and mostly was focused on strength then. And again, if you want to find out more about that, you can look at my last video. But anyways, I want to hop right into the blood work. So I didn't do a full blood panel, but I did quite a few things here. I checked my blood sugar, which was all good. And while I was on MK677, I know my blood sugar was just a little bit high. I supplemented with berberine most of the time during my MK677 cycle, and that definitely helped bring the blood sugar down, but I did want to check and make sure that everything was good with the blood sugar after my cycle, which I have been checking at home. I've done the pinprick tests here at home, and it was looking pretty good, but I just wanted to make sure, like go to a clinic and make sure that my results are lining up with what they have. And sure enough, it did. So the blood sugar was all good. It's not super low, but it's not high either. It's 87 currently. And I checked a few other things as well, including the cholesterol, which was all good. Though the HDL, the good lipids, does show that it's a little bit low. It's not actually in the low range, but it's 36 and under 35 is considered low. So that I don't think is really concerning. It's, clear that when I'm on something like an oral, like SARMs, it's going to be a little bit low. But technically it is still in the healthy range, but something I want to keep an eye on. Now, as far as the kidneys, everything there looked really, really good. But going down to the liver, the ALT was significantly high. It's showing 58, which it should be under 40. So while the AST is good, the ALT is not so good. And I don't claim to know exactly what that all means, but I do know that that's definitely high. And I don't think it's any cause for alarm. Like, I know plenty of people that do their blood work regularly that it's much, much higher than that, and they say it's no cause for alarm. But it is something that I do want to lower if at all possible. And in the long run, I don't want to see it elevated above the normal range if possible. But with everything that I tested, the ALT is the only and single thing that's actually out of the reference range. But it's something that I believe, coming off of the orals for a couple weeks, should definitely bring it right back down. And one other thing to note is, while I was using the SARMs, which have a lot of the same negative side effects as oral steroids, no matter what other people that are pushing SARMs say, there is some negatives that these SARMs will do to your liver, for example, like you can see in my blood work. But really, that's not very bad for being on it for so many weeks. Anyways, overall, I'm pretty happy with those results because that was a test taken after I just came off everything except for still the testosterone base, and I expected it to be a little bit high. For it to be just only marginally high, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to take 2 weeks off of those SARMs and then probably jump back on, but I do want to check it one more time before I jump on. And some of you may be wondering why I didn't check for testosterone or estrogen. Well, I was on a test base, so I knew it was going to be elevated, and I believe taking SARMs while you're on a test base is going to throw off the actual testosterone levels that it's going to show. I think Rad 140 and LGD 3303 both will increase your perceived testosterone levels. So I thought there was no real point in that. I do want to test my testosterone levels before I jump back on these SARMs because I want to know exactly, like, how high is this TRT putting my testosterone levels? Am I actually on a TRT dose, or is this super physiological dosing? So anyways, that's about it for this video. Overall, I'm very pleased with these results, and I just want to be transparent with you guys. Keep an eye out for future videos because one of the next ones is going to be an update on what my testosterone levels are with this TRT dose. And also, I'm going to check and see again here after 2 weeks if my liver enzymes are back in the normal range. Last but not least, I'm a personal trainer and a strength coach. So if you're interested in my services, drop me a comment below or find me on Instagram. I'll link it below. And also, if you have any personal experience on any of these SARMs or on TRT, I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. All right, that's it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one.